It is Howie Hawkins from New York. He's a former truck driver and grassroots campaigner who's previously run for office at every level of government in New York, from city councillor to governor. During the most recent race for that role, he secured a 5% tally of the vote, one of the highest for an independent Progressive Party candidate in the state's history. Now, he hopes to convince voters nationwide to propel him towards the Oval Office, pledging to redirect federal funds to boost education as well as extending healthcare provision to all Americans. He's also known for his anti-war, anti-nuclear efforts. The Green Party has been putting up candidates in U.S. presidential elections since 1996. As things stand, Hawkins will appear on ballots in half of the country's states, but the party is working on securing more. It's a complicated process, with each state requiring different signature thresholds to get on the ballot. But perhaps the biggest challenge is getting national airtime, because the dominant two-party system won't allow third-party candidates onto the televised debates. Howie Hawkins says there's a growing appetite for electoral alternatives.
The polls show that about 2/3 of the American people would like to see another major party, an alternative to the two major parties that we have now. And a lot of those people have come to the Green Party. Third parties in this country, going back to the 1830s, have set the agenda. It was the Liberty Party that put the question of slavery on the ballot. It was the populist parties that put the question of monopolies on the public agenda. It was the Socialist Party that put social insurance programs like Social Security, the most popular program we have, into the public debate. So we may not win the White House, but we're definitely going to move the debate and the policy agenda in this country. The Green Party represents very different policies. We are not, just Democrats who are disgruntled or something. We do want a universal medical system, Medicare for all. We do want serious climate action. Donald Trump calls climate change a hoax, but the Democrats act as if it's a hoax. If you look at their programs, we have a serious program to deal with the climate change. We stand against the U.S. going into other countries and telling them who their leaders should be. We're for peace initiatives, deep cuts in military spending, and getting serious about this new nuclear arms race.
Jill Stein, who was the Green Party's presidential nominee in 2016, proved to be a polarizing figure. Many in the media accused Stein of splitting the Liberal vote and harming Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Tonight, the dangers of a third-party candidate. Democratic fear and frustration is growing.
The assumption here is that the votes belong to Hillary Clinton and that that my votes were stolen from someone else. And I think that's an insult to American voters.
What do you say to those voters who would worry that by voting for you, they're progressives, they're liberals, they're Democrats, that by voting for you, they would actually help elect Donald Trump?
This politics of fear actually delivered everything that we were afraid of.
So the two parties formed what sounds like a government commission. It's called the Commission on Presidential Debates. In fact, it's a private corporation they jointly control, and it's designed to keep their competitors off the stage. And, our appeal to the news organizations and the civic organizations is don't let the two parties set the agenda. Do your job. Open up the debate, at least to the candidates who have enough ballot lines to potentially win the Electoral College and the presidency, which in this election would be 4 parties, besides the Democrats and Republicans, who would be the Greens and the Libertarians. American people deserve to know what all their options are.